welcome back everyone. Here we are after 3 days of building on our Down the Rabbit Hole book nook. Got a room and a platform, and this is, I'm seeing this is a little bit off on this, so I think whenever the time comes to put the sides on, we're going to be forcing that into place because it's got a good bit of play up and down to get it level. But we'll cross that bridge when we get it. Shouldn't be much of an issue, I'd hope. But looking real good. I'm really digging that look on this one. Gonna have a lot of stuff going on when it's all said and done, it looks like. Fun little build so far. But if you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes and all my failures, and how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures. Upload daily and just try and have a good time. We're not solving the world's problems, we're just building silly little models and having some fun. If you've seen any kits or builds or sets you want me to take a shot at, feel free to drop in the comments. I'm always looking to add on my list, and I've got the most intelligent audience in YouTube because y'all provide me with nothing but the best of options. So, jump in here on this one, maybe come just a little bit closer, and I think I'll still give me room to operate. Got, whoops, misplaced my instructions. Okay, jumping in on step 57 here, and I am starting to see some issues with the instructions. The way they've got the lines drawn, you can barely see. They got dark lines going over dark surfaces, so it's hard to spot the actual hole you're supposed to be using. The perspective doesn't help a lot, but I think I know where this is supposed to go. So here in there, sort of flush, and looks like this guy. Was it my right side up here? Nope, I've got it upside down, so that is the wrong place for it. Get you out. I wasn't looking at the notch. So you're here. Okay. Our controller goes either here or here. I think, yeah, the slot's too big for that one, so it must be here. That doesn't feel good either. But yeah, that's the only place it can go. It's down here. No, that's way too low, so it's got to be this one. So, feels like that's going to be vertical when it's all said and done, so I'm going to pop in a little bit of glue to reinforce it so it's coming in. Don't have a lot of surface area on this one, no. Just do there and there. Focus. That's either side of our notch there, or tab, I guess. Yeah, it looks like glue made contact there, so that's what we want. Our little harp dealio goes here. Feels a little better than the phonograph did. And this guy. Okay. This little stick pointing up. Okay, yeah, it goes here. Okay. So we got, it's going to end up being this. So these are roots, not branches. This is I think this is the actual fall. Okay. And that's, I'm going to set that aside for a while yet, because we got to make a whole bunch of little pieces to go onto it. So start off with, I think I've got them organized correctly in order up here, but it's a new process, so I'm not positive. We'll find out together. Okay, start with the holes on this end. Hourglass goes here. Alarm clock next to it. There, and then supposed to fit 3 books next to that. So I'll actually, let me reset a second here. Okay, gonna get stack them first. Just do a dab of glue in there to hold them together, and dab right there to hold them onto the shelf. Here's the plan, anyway. Barely have enough room to get our tab clear over here, but I think it is. How are we doing on Alright. That one is. Now, okay, looks like I've done an okay job of organizing these things. I'm optimistic at this point anyway. So 59 is just making a little picture frame for a tab to mount it with, and 60 finally get to use another sticker. There. King of Diamonds. And that was 60. Set you up there. Turn the page. And move on. Let's see. Okay. Seem to be doing a pretty good job of I wasn't sure I was gonna I've got them actually stacked rather than laid out. That's different for me this time. Okay, so that's the same thing as before. Dabs of glue on 2 of them. That'll be. Actually, I want to put. Don't want to do that yet. Let's see where I'm gonna mount them. You on top of you, with you on top of you. Okay. Start it up. Picture. Got it on that end. There we go. Okay. It didn't feel super secure, but it seems like it is now. Okay. I'm glad I didn't try and glue the books first, because I would have definitely put them on the wrong side. There. Let's see, hang on one second, I just looked at something. I think I need to make sure they're flush with the back. Cause I think it looks like the back gets mounted up against something, so let me double check on that first shelf, make sure I did get, yeah. Okay. Now, these are all going to be pretty small, so they'll come in a little bit further. This one on the side here. Easy enough for 62. We're going to need all these guys here for 63. Side. Here first. Get in there. Stay in there. Telephone. And this guy on the other side, I hope. Alright, get that far started. And set you down gently. And keep going. Alright. That piece will be right back. Okay, it's a stuffed rabbit toy, I think, on that one. I was trying to figure out what that was. And somehow I missed painting on that one. My theory on just painting the edges black is it'll make the printing stand out more. If you missed me saying that last night, that's why I'm going with the black edges on this one, because this is also sort of a dark set too. So I didn't try. In the past, I tried to do some like mild color matching on the sides to sort of increase the illusion. But I'm just gonna see how this works. I've done it before, but I don't remember. I don't think it worked. I don't think it was a bad look. Just different. So that guy in there, and that's definitely gonna need some glue. Yeah. Okay, so dab under each one of those. And this guy, hold it like this. You're supposed to go in like that. Now, this piece, our shelf, and this guy are supposed to all go together. Thread our toy rabbit through the bottom shelf. These guys go in here and here. Alright. And same thing on the front side. There we go. Got that little dealio. Focus on that instead of my hand. Problem, there it goes. Alright, I'll set you aside and we'll start working on another piece. But not that one. Alright. That's a grill. That's going to go on here. So dabs of glue. It goes on yellow, but it dries clear, so that's the important thing. Get you down there again. I'll swizz around. Really close. All right. I don't think their outline is right because every time I adjust it, it's more. Okay, I think that's about as good as I can do. Shoot aside. And oh yeah, quick counting again. This is gonna be 67. underneath our piano. Got our pedals. Didn't sand or paint on a tiny bit. Let's see. Not too worried about the painting because it's such a small detail, but I don't want to have the burr off of it. Okay. Yeah, definitely going to need glue on that one. So wasn't this going on to anything else? No. Or any of them to that at all. Got nothing. Okay, so actually got my wood stain pen here. Let's go ahead and lighten that edge up a little bit anyway. Okay. They're supposed to be sticking out a little bit, so let's see if I can get them to get some glue on the edge, maybe. Hopefully I won't be gluing it down to the board here. Okay, so I got the color up. Of course, we're supposed to instantly move into using that, but I think I got a minute to assemble some other pieces before I have to use that one. I hope I do anyway. I did paint the front of the keys white. Actually, I painted the wrong side white. Okay, a little more white right now. I did think about that, and evidently I thought wrong. To the side, to dry with it. Okay, so got that. Okay, we're going in on. It's going in like this with the color facing this way on both of them. There. This one goes here. Nope, both the same. Actually, that's one's not even close to. In there, face in the right direction. Yeah, like so. Go into the slot. Okay, side much smaller. Yep. Okay. In there, and this goes in here. Maybe the other side. Looks like it's forcing the top off. Okay. Now, pedals. Bottom bit down here. That was step 68 and 69 is getting everything over on this side in. Down together. Love it. Okay, cool. Alright, piano. Now, evidently, there's a small piece of acrylic that's supposed to go in there, and I think I threw it away because I couldn't find it in any of my around here, so I'm going to improvise on that piece. But that's just so you know, I am skipping a step, but it's not because I want to, it's because I goofed up. Oh, wait a second, no, the back goes on too. This is 70. Back on. Okay. Now that's really held together. Okay, so 70 is putting the back on, and 71 is the part I'm going to skip. Yeah, unintentionally. Alright, so that's 72. Just making us a chair. Just some more. Missed the inside of this one. Alright. Let's see here. Okay, our lip to the back. This goes here. And there. Down from the top. Alright, yes, a three-legged chair we're going to mount up somehow at some point. Alright. Actually, I don't want to say it too soon, because we still got a little bit to go. I was about to say we're going to have a short one tonight, but we're not, because I just realized I got a lot more to do. Okay. Do a mirror. So, now let's just going both down the rabbit hole and through the looking glass. So you and there. It's got a good. It'll get good coverage on the whole mirror. It looks like got a good place, good, plenty of surface area to glue onto. So that's promising. Just do inside edge. I know it's gonna contaminate my mirror, but small enough detail where I think I'll be alright. Okay. Something like that, and that's got her. Looks good. Alright. That way, so let gravity do its thing and the glue do its thing. And alright, so it's time to bring back our backboard. I'm going to start putting stuff in place. Okay. Notch up the top. The piano goes there, mirror goes there, but I'm going to let that dry for a minute or two yet. Looks like piano's supposed to go here. Upside down. Okay, so coming out. Okay. Under the keyboard for the that. There's no, it didn't feel very strong going in. That's a big piece, so I'm gonna there's a little trail of glue out there. It's stuck, but wasn't confident in the stick. Okay, there we go. And then our bookshelf. Got our 2 tabs from the back. Goes over here. Facing upwards. See how these feel going in. Okay, that felt pretty solid, so that's I think that'll be okay. Remember, we are going to end up folding this up, so that's what we're going to see. And our chair goes into this one. Ah, right there. You're upside down as well, so you're also pretty snug. So something like that. Alright, everything seems to be cooperating. I gotta decide, has it been long enough for me to move that mirror around yet? Let's see, let's take a peek at what's next here. I'm gonna give it another couple of minutes, I think. I think I can do some other work before I have to do that. Alright. So, I'm going to bring it in here so I don't forget about it. I've got it handy. These are the last 2 pieces we're going to use tonight, but we got still got a bit to go on installing. So this side, which one gets which? Let's see here. The one with the little wire guide hole goes on the left side. Plain one goes on the right. Tabs at the bottom. Okay, so these guys, how does this work? Dragging that accordion piece around doesn't feel good. Okay, alright. Now this one, same thing. Make sure you get the tab at the bottom. I can do them. From the top. Okay, that was much easier, but it's not. Okay, let's see if I can balance it and press down at the same time. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so that. Okay, so now that mirror goes in. Take a peek. Facing downwards. So that goes in there. And that's going to be our final design. But now, widen it out a little because it's time. Bring back in our nut. And this goes back here. So looks like this is where. Okay, yeah. So got these tabs go here, these tabs go there, and that gives us a nice arc there. I'm moderately confident this is not going to break. Okay, so just squeeze you in here. Okay, they just dropped in. That was no pressure. And they do not line up with the holes I thought they did at all. They're not even close, I mean. Yeah, this is not. Okay, hang on. I've got this installed wrong. I saw these are supposed to go back here. Yeah, okay. So, we want to jiggle this thing out. so that goes. That one. That one. Okay, so that explains why that didn't. Ooh, no, that's. And I think I've done some mild damage to the tabs there. Put them in the wrong place, so let me grab a bit of my glue. I'll just run a bead on this edge here to make sure I hold it down. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Now, this guy. Still just. Using him. And find a place to pick it up by without knocking everything out. Ooh. Well, let's actually put her back in. Together. There's. Alright, so we're going to have that back there lit up. That's, I'm assuming that's the rabbit hole we've fallen down. Alright, yeah, cool. Alright. Now, that out. And back on. Now this is where. This is evidently supposed to be a music book. We're supposed to be that acrylic piece that I lost. We're supposed to mount this onto the side of that on our piano. So I'm going to just stick it to the side of the piano with the stickers. Let's see. Okay, so I want it out first because I want to have the sticky on the outside. I've got this scored from the first day and I didn't. Over there. Didn't need to do that. Okay. Okay, so I got most of the book there. Okay, I can be a torn page or a loose page off the edge. Stick'em's too good on this stuff. Now, I hope these non-sticky pages. You're there. Oh. I'm sort of seeing here what I'm going for, I hope. I'll show you okay. So, got it. Got our music book flying off the edge of our piano like so. Okay. They say that acrylic sheet was in there, and it looks like a fairly small one, so I imagine I just missed it and threw it away, or it's laying here invisible somewhere on my workbench. But I don't really know either way. Now, last bit, we're going to run a couple of wires, it looks like. Get my lights out here. I've got 2 yellows, a green, and a blue. We're supposed to take the shorter of the yellows, are calling them warm. Let's see if I can just sort of hang you in there. And the green. I'm mounting those up. Okay, so the green goes in this hole back here, just to give it a nice little 90-degree bend. There you go. Right in there, and how close are you? Okay, it's gonna be. I'm gonna throw some hot glue on the insulated part here and stick it to make it stay in there. That seems like that's pretty good positioning. There's a little blob there, and just ease you in. Yep, you're the green one. Had to double check myself. Okay. Then, well, it's got a slot for us, but we're supposed to actually mounting our battery box as well tonight. Hang on. So, battery box. Get you out. Hang on to you. I don't know which one I'm supposed to be using. Duh. Okay, so I'm assuming both these wires, all these supposed to go into our slot. Looks like it's gonna live there. Got another one here, and okay, they're supposed to come up from the bottom. And you're running through this wire guide over here, but I don't know how far it's going, so I'm not going to glue that one down. Not going to mount it up yet. And that, I think, is going to end us up for tonight. I'll go ahead and knock these lights, dim them down as far as I can. Switch, if I can find it again. I'll probably turn it off and on 6 more times before I can get it all picked up for you. Okay, let's pull this on out so I see everything at once. And that battery box is sort of, oh, everything's a little loose up here. Pulled my platform out. Glue has not had a chance to set yet. Maybe I should use the hot glue on that. I'm noticing my wall. Okay, it hadn't clicked all the way down. Okay. Let's hold everything. But yeah, this is going to be a cool one. I do got to say, now that this is in place, looking back at that bottom room, you cannot see any of those accordion bits that we went to all the trouble of bending and making into that little dome look-like thing. That is disappointing that we're not going to be able to see that feature. But everything else is looking really cool. And I'll say that looks cool. I guess if you have to get down and look up at it, you might be able to see something from it. But they're all just disappeared behind our grating and everything in here. So, oh well. We'll still, maybe something will bring it back in. But that's what I'm going to call it tonight, folks. I think that's a good bit of progress. I'm pleased with how it's coming together. Make sure both my come down onto the glue here. But thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all of that. Be good to one another. Stay safe and click on a link. There's my channel up there if you'd like to subscribe. There's my other channel where I do experiments a couple of times a month. Down here is what YouTube thinks you should be watching, and that is the playlist for this whole build. I'll see you tomorrow.